Right, so I'm Martin, and this is Mark. We're from Team Radaway. And as he said, we did join this hackathon, and we formed a team largely on the day without the expectation that we would be 25,000 participants. So it's been a little bit of a shock, even standing in front of you now, to kind of understand what that means. As a team, we're very diverse. So I'm working at Lucasfilm here. I'm a visual effects technical director. I specialize in simulation of phenomena for film. Mark and Moses, they're working in UX. Moses isn't able to be here tonight. He's in national service, so on camp. Roger Isles, he's our domain expert, so he's over in Paris. He was living in Singapore previously. He joined remotely, and he's an expert in space weather and risk analysis for aeronautics and aerospace. Harold is currently holidaying in Europe, but he's an IT consultant and expert in databases. So I knew Harold from beforehand, and the rest of us formed, I think Harold knew Roger beforehand too. And there we go. So yeah, we won the coolest sounding prize. There's about 5 prizes: best hardware, best mission concept, people's choice. I'm really proud to say that we've won this one. And as the day unfolded, it turned out to be more than just a hackathon in Singapore. Because we're in an early time zone here, we got to see each city come online and live stream to the video wall at the hackathon, interspliced with a live stream live from the International Space Station. And it kind of highlights how NASA has made all this network effect, all this data, all these people coming together in an open way to promote this. And they were very generous in that they provided 26 challenges to essentially structure our ideation process so that we could attack all these different angles about how to improve the human experience from their open data sets. And I just want to thank SG Innovate for their support with the venue, and Up Singapore for putting it together, and of course NASA for actually holding the thing worldwide. So the challenge we chose was to calculate and visualize radiation exposure for people on flights, which is going to be different if they fly over a pole or the equator, due to the Van Allen belt funneling radiation into the Earth from the sun, or protecting the Earth, as I should say. And people's understanding of radiation is quite low. Right now, everybody is receiving radiation. Even the person next to you is emitting radiation into you. How much radiation, though? So we wanted to bring this into a relative proportional sense. And then we began our design journey, and Mark can fill us in on how that went.
Right. So this is a double diamond process where we actually use. It's a type of methodology that we user experience designer use. And it's a workflow to align a team for different processes during the hackathon. So there is like the discover phase. You define it, you design, and you deliver. So as we go on to the next process, which is the persona, we did a couple of interviews with the flight attendants and frequent flyers. And then we understand that actually they don't really know what is radiation meant and what does that equivalent to. So we come up with an app called Radaway. So Radaway actually quantifies radiation exposures. It gives users a simple input, and it also extracts all this information through the emails and tickets. And through that, putting into perspective of what does this flight mean. So into what health risks do they actually get out of this as it powers up? And
hang on. Okay.
And in perspective, the health impact, how will they impact them?
Yep, so we actually did a fair bit of background work on Wikipedia, reading about the linear no-threshold model, to find out how to calculate the mortality from the radiation that you receive, and we could actually validate our assumptions and validate the data that we're giving within that app as well, which is really important. We don't want to present fake data at a NASA hackathon. So at the end of the day, we're currently actively looking at how to fund this. We're identifying stakeholders, interest groups, and we'd love to hear from you if you are one of those. Obviously, crew rostering. Crews have a radiation quota that they have to stay below to work, otherwise there's rostering changes that come up. And also there's possible integration with wearables, because they already quantify health concerns and environmental impacts on people's lives. So all in all, we'd like to say thank you to Singapore for being able to bring together people, and we're still quite surprised that, we've gotten all the way there. So look, we'll send selfies from a rocket launch. It'll be fantastic.